Hey guys, it's me, Joy, with Joy to the World. Now, like right now, how are you? I hope everything is good. Thank you for being here. Hey guys. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a little under 2 weeks, and man, time sure goes by so fast these days. And with these solar flares we've been having, I'm so thirsty all the time. How about you? How about you? Yeah. I just wanted to pop on and just say, the most amazing thing happened last night. And it reminded me about like why I'm here, what the purpose of being here. One of my new friends, one of my new girlfriends, she's been stuck in grief for the past 2 years. And it's because of narcissistic abuse, right? And she's got a PhD. She's an amazing woman. I mean, just rocket, smart, funny, intelligent, sharp, and she's a little bit older, like me. We're at the same age, actually. And she just could not get over the fact of what this one man did to her, this narcissist. And he was Mr., Rico Suave, and just like love bombed and, the whole nine, right? And then just, of course, used her up and then like discarded her. It was really hard for her to understand how she could even allow that to happen to herself, right? Excuse me. I was so happy and so honored to have been there for her, and it just was another reminder of, my purpose and why I'm here. And as she's crying and I'm sobbing, and I'm holding on to her, and we're both believers, so we're praying. I'm praying for her. We're binding up the enemy, the spirit of grief, the spirit of narcissism, it's demonic. And the one thing she couldn't understand or understand was, like, why did he do this to me? And, and she's like, I still love him, and I still miss him, and I still want him. And I had to remind her, because of course it happened to me, that, I'm like, sweetheart, he never loved you. He was just, wearing a mask. It was all a facade, I was reminding her that she fell in love with the version of him that he put on for her. And it was hard for her to let go of that, because these guys will come in and they're just like Prince Charming, before they turn into the monster, right? And I was able to help her in a way, like, I was just so happy. It just really showed the growth that I have been through, and, she was crying. I mean, just like bawling, like really like sobbing. And we broke the spirit of shame off of her. We broke the spirit of grief off of her, so that she could move on. And again, stuck for 2 years and not able to move forward at all. And so I just wanted to say that if anybody's watching me right now and you're stuck in a terrible narcissistic relationship and you don't know how to get the way out, that you just don't know what the hell to do, you're embarrassed, you're ashamed of yourself, you're ashamed for even allowing yourself to get into something like this, I just want you to know that you can reach out for help, whether it's through your church, if you go to church, if it's through your therapist, or online, check your 211 or any domestic violence agencies that you have in your area. They are a wonderful support. I wish that I had known that these resources were available to me back in the day, even when I was still married. I had a hard time leaving before because my babies were still young. And then it's like I had a harder time as they got older, because it was like their lives were developing more, and I didn't want to bust that up for them. So, you end up stuck in that cycle, and it's just miserable. So if you're in something like that, I just, again, get a hold of your local domestic violence agency and start reaching out for help. Start to create an emergency exit plan for yourself and your children if you have them. Get your monies together. If you're not working, get a job, try to do something. Try to create like a network for yourself if you're a stay-at-home mom like how I was. You don't want to bust out of this thing without having any type of support. I had no support at all when everything went down for me. I only had actually 2 friends. And so, yeah, that was Arrow and Paul Whitney. I will never forget the help. And Tita, Arrow's mom, she's passed away. May she rest in peace. I love you, Tita. You know, if it wasn't for those people loving on me and taking me in and taking care of me, I don't know where I would have been, honestly. God took care of me that way. But if you don't have anyone, and if you're just completely isolated, it's just you and your kids, like you don't even get along with your family, or you're estranged from your family like how I was, again, get in touch with your local church if you have one. If you are a believer, if you're not, you know, get in with like a domestic violence agency that is in your local area. There are plenty of people that are there to help you. You know, you can get out, you can succeed, you can overcome, and I'm a walking, living miracle that is here to remind you of that. So, yeah. And my new friend, by the way, I saw her today, and she was doing so much better, like just completely like, wow, she was just like, Joy, you really blessed me. Thank you so much. And that meant everything to me. So I look forward to the future when I can really help even more women, like, you know, get out there and do speaking engagements and, you know, eventually do some one-on-ones with women and do some coaching eventually. Whatever God wants me to do, I'm happy to do it. You know, I didn't escape my nightmare just to be like, oh, I'm good. You know, like, oh, I'm fine now, as the helicopters are going overhead. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm here to pay it forward. I want to be able to help other women to be their best, to be able to overcome, and, you know, just to heal. That's the main thing. You can overcome this. I promise you. Anyway, that's about all I have for now. So until next time. Mwah.